So if United build up a head of steam, you might be under a bit of pressure regards Ollie get your coat. You never know, Simon. I mean, you think...
Well, you asked me last year, would he win anything last year? And my answer was absolutely not. He won't win anything, and he truly didn't.
Well, but on a penalty shootout.
But it doesn't matter. He didn't win. You win. Win is winning. However you lose the game, you should beat Villarreal within the confines of 90 minutes.
Yeah,
you shouldn't need to go to penalties.
I'll take that.
But you look at the situation, it's very difficult to see. Unless there's a sea change in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't see Man United winning the league because
What
I
do you
think
mean a sea change in Ollie?
In terms of his management capabilities, the decision-making processes he makes at the time, the way he sets his team up, and his whole management persona. Because I think there's people that carry themselves as winners, and there's people that carry themselves as also rans. I think he falls into that category. I think he's a thoroughly decent manager, but to win the Premier League, you'd have to be a little bit more than a thoroughly decent manager. Right? You either have to have alchemy like Leicester had, or you have to have the best players and the best coach like Man City have had. Right? In this instance, I think to Danny's point, where my original observation in the break was it's difficult to see past Liverpool and Manchester City, which is a sort of formulaic answer, because we don't really know how deep the challenges Liverpool had last year and how they're going to rebound back from the fact that some of their losses last year weren't just because of the loss of Virgil van Dijk, weren't just because of the loss of Jordan Henderson, they were because the wheels fell off with Klopp as well for a period of time. I expect them to come back on, but will they get back
to what level?
To what level? I think the team that Danny pointed out in the break that we were having that everyone will be focusing on is Chelsea. They are the real team that I think can really challenge. If it is a duopoly between Man City and Liverpool, whoever finishes above Chelsea will win the league, in my view. So it won't be a duopoly. I think Chelsea,
like Tuchel, don't you?
I just think that I think he's the real deal. I think the players get him. I think he doesn't muck about. I think you can't just come out of the blocks and explode the way you had to have the platform, and credit must be given back to Frank Lampard because some of the key opponents, including the guy that scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, were signed by Frank.
Yeah,
but he put them together, and he put them together in a way that was far more compelling than Frank had done. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea are really, really close to winning the Premier League this year.
And tell me this: West Ham surprised many. Who's the disruptor if there is to be one?
Well, it's difficult to see because you think Tottenham are in slight disarray because we're not sure what Nuno Espirito Santo is going to do and whether they're going to get Harry Kane on board or they're going to sell him and going to rebuild around him.
You think Leeds will be in there?
No, I don't. I think Leeds will be a decent force.
Everton?
No,
Rafa?
I don't. No, I don't. I think that Benitez will get them better, no doubt about it, but will he get them better enough to trouble the top six?
I've got a feeling, and I don't know where it comes from. Sometimes you just get one.
Yeah, it's wind, probably.
I think with no European, and it looks like they're having a go in the
Arsenal?
Yeah.
You're drunk.
I think Arsenal might surprise a few. Although they've got a tough start.
Yeah.
They have got a tough start, but I think some of their young players, Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka, are tremendous.
Yeah.
I think Partey, if he stays fit, could be. We've seen glimpses.
What do you think of Aubameyang? I think he's done.
That could be where it rests. If he can get back to what he's been, because he's only had the one bad season in all his career. It's the first time he hasn't scored a decent number of goals. I think they might just surprise a few, but we've been wrong before.
We have.
It's intriguing though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's intriguing. So many different moving parts.
I'll tell you what, Palace is fascinating. Talking about Palace, because I know they're
it's going to go one with the other, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it could be really fresh and free flowing and lots of attack and good young players and users connections to bring some. Or
Car question.
And in a word from each of you before we go, we're back here sitting in this studio in a fortnight from now. When we are, Danny, is Kane at City?
No.
Woof. Okay. Danny, thank you so much. Good to see you, my friend Simon. I look forward to catching up with you very soon. You, as you know, thanks to your very kind invite, I'll be pulling up a sun lounger beside yours.
You're pulling up for me.
And I'll be looking forward to lying in the sunshine with you and just chatting away.
Don't forget to take a couple of those polar necks, nippy over there.
I will do indeed. Lying with you in one of your palatial homes. I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, thank you so much. Paul and Andy are on the way.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.